Hello, everyone. I already see that there are 5 people on board our virtual tour. Thank you so much. We will begin in a few minutes. I'm on the top of the Boulder Mountain. The view is incredible from here. A little bit of kind of rain is drizzling, but the view is really awesome. I'm so proud. I don't know, it's so sweet to stream from home. I can't even describe you the feelings that I have. Please let me know in the chat if you can see, hear me as usual, what is the quality of connection, and we will start very soon. Hi, Wayne. Hello, everyone. You see probably my tooth is kind of one part of my face is a little bit bigger because I had a terrible toothache. I was talking to my tooth for 10 days. It was kind of nagging and I had pain, but I asked my tooth to wait. And just when I boarded the train to Ukraine, like from Prague to Ukraine, there was the terrible toothache. And today I spent half of the day with the doctor, so this part of the face is still numb. And it's a little bit bigger than the rest of the face. But I don't know, have you ever talked to your teeth when your teeth needs to wait for the appointment, for the doctor's appointment? Because this is the method that I used when I was preparing for my visit to Ukraine. So hello everyone. I've been starting the tours from here a couple of years ago, just before war. That was 3 years ago. And this place was full of the ladies who were wearing costumes. Now Kyiv feels calmer. There are less people, definitely, and not so much Halloween vibe. We don't celebrate this holiday as the holiday, but people wear some costumes. And I will tell you, in Ukraine, we have the Miro holiday that was celebrated here on this bold hill, in the 18th and 20th century. So this is the place where the witchers would gather there for their Sabbath. And they would be making the portions from the special herbs that has this hallucinogenic effect. It was happening here. So today on the Halloween, we are exploring with you the Bold Hill, one of the hills where Kyiv was established, and then I will show you half of Andrew's descent, and we will walk further along the city, and I will show you the streets of Kyiv. So I will flip the camera and we will start. I will show you the ghost city of millionaires. That was a very ambitious project, by the way, when it was just started. Please let me know if you have been with me on this ghost city of millionaires, where we just started the tours with Go and Beams, because I'm going to show it to you from afar. This neighborhood looks like the Netherlands or Belgium or some kind of European city, but it's Ukraine, and it has beautiful, absolutely fantastic, colorful houses. They were built for the richest people in Kyiv, and this is kind of the sharp edge of the cliff of the mountain. I will not go there. There are red, yellow, green roofs. So the richest people didn't live here because there were mistakes in planning, and there was water in the basements eventually. And that is why this city of millionaires is still standing and nobody lives there. There are some offices, cafes, restaurants, and the beautiful place for them. For making pictures for the weddings. So let's dive into the Ukrainian mysticism, witchcraft, and superstitions, because that was a big part of our Kyiv life. When millions of people in the world are celebrating Halloween, in Ukraine, that was always a mixture of the Slavic paganism and modern kind of traditions. I could tell that this is what we have had here. I mean, on the Bold Hill, where witchers would gather in spring, really on the 31st of May. This is the mirror holiday of Halloween that we have. So the women of Kyiv would gather here and make portions, sometimes run or dance naked. Can you imagine that? And in the newspapers, the men were were told to stand inside the houses to stay home. So in Ukraine, we have this practical magic. It's the bizarre fusion of the kind of countryside witchcraft and some prayers, the rituals, the spells, the practices that are connected with the modern traditions and the healing of the people, because in Ukraine we didn't burn the witchers. The witchers here, the witch in Ukrainian language, vidmak, derives from the word to know, and that is why these were the women who were healers and they were helping people. But still we have these pages of mysticism, witchcraft, and today it also you can see it in everyday life. It manifests itself because we have superstitions and traditions. So we have, I come close to one of the houses of those ghost city of millionaires. At the background, you can see soaring jewel of Kyiv, Montmartre of Andrew's descent. It's called Andrew's Church with the green cupolas. And from here, let me show you the ghost city of millionaires once again. So really, rich people wanted to occupy the best spot for themselves. They occupied it, but there were houses that always the houses that had just 1 or 2 stories were standing here. And then the architects, probably because they wanted to make it more lucrative, profitable project, they decided to make the houses higher. So these houses have 4 stories, floors. That is why this mistake led to the water in the basement and the cracks in the walls, because we are standing on the hills, and these are the hills, and this kind of ghost city of millionaires were also built on the hill. That is why just rich people didn't want to live there. And the view is incredible from here. The artists are coming to draw the paintings, the pictures from this observation platform. It's kind of not very safe, because as you can see, you can fall down very easily from here. This is the sharp edge of the Bold Mountain. And in Kyiv, this is kind of a cursed place, because the witchers would gather here, and the earth is extremely expensive, but nobody buys it and nothing is here, because it's kind of the cursed place. So we will walk a little bit here, and I will tell you about babushkas. Babushkas, or witchers, who lived in the villages in Ukraine. They were healers, they were wise women, and they played a very important role in our Ukrainian communities, because they were kind of a mixture of the good force and unclean force. They had this spirit, evil spirit, but they were not the really bad people, because sometimes people would come to them for the healing. But sometimes some of the witchers were blamed for stealing milk from someone else's cow. Like if you have a cow and your cow stops giving you milk, you can just blame the lady who lives nearby, call her a witch, and tell that she stole the milk from your cow. Sometimes the Ukrainian witchers were blamed for causing epidemics, droughts, for spoiling weddings, for hostile magic towards other people. But it was We couldn't compare that with the Western culture, because in Western culture, the witchcraft was considered as something from Satan, as the opposite of the religion. And in Ukraine, this kind of witchcraft coexisted with the religion, with the Orthodox Christian religion, and for centuries it was, we could say, a dual belief system, because people still believed in the power of herbs, of the power of sun, the moon, and all these rituals. I wanted to show you the beauty of Kyiv, because usually I'm showing you just the buildings, and from here you can see the city itself. So we can say that in Ukraine, the witches were not prosecuted as they were prosecuted in the Western world and burned on the fire. However, there are even records about Ukrainian witches in our books, and it's mentioned there that they were making some kind of havoc, or they were bringing bad luck, but usually that ended with a fine for the witch, not with the fire, and they were not killed. And there was no kind of witch hunting. If I continue or go over there, I would come to the hill which belonged to which has the name of Harivitsa, from the second brother who found Kyiv. And I will not go there because it's not allowed. I think last time I was kicked out from there. So there is a legend, and it says that this kind of Kyiv was established by three brothers, Kyshak, Hariv, and their sister Libid, and one of those brothers, like each brother, picked up the hill, and one of those brothers picked that hill. And one interesting story happened on that hill. We had a prince. His name was Oleg, and once he asked the wisest people in Kyiv about his future, and one wise man told him that he would die from his horse. So he sent his horse to this hill, and the horse died. When he came to this hill, when Oleg, the prince, came to this hill to check what happened with this horse, he saw the body, not even the body, but the vestiges, the skeleton of the horse, and he was standing and laughing, saying, "Wow, those wise men told that I would die from the horse, and now you're here, your skull, your bones." And at that moment, while he was laughing, a snake came out from the skull of the horse. By the way, the horse was his favorite horse. It was like his friend. And the snake bit the prince. And that was the end of the prince and of that story. And we are going down the metal staircase from this hill. It's very high, and it has beautiful staircase. And we will follow another streets of Kyiv. You can see the beautiful lamps. And yesterday when I arrived to Kyiv, it was the blackout in my neighborhood. So sometimes what is happening when the blackout is kind of scheduled on different parts of the city, they turn off the light. So when there is the blackout, it's total, and it means that in this neighborhood, there is no light at all. People are still waiting. People will be waiting for their happy hours. So I was lucky. I came in the evening, so they turned on the light just when I arrived home. But before that, for 4 hours, there was no chance to cook, to have meal, or just to have light. I wanted to show you the typical Ukrainian witch. So there is the picture, and her name is Soloha. She is the character of one of the novels of the famous Ukrainian writer Nicola Gogol. And I would like to show you, his statue. And it's a kind of a lady, how Ukrainian witch looks like, not a very kind of angry or scary, just a lady who is living at the edge of the village. Sometimes she is accused for having a love affair with the people, and so this is the Nikolai Gogol, the author of the novel. It's called The Nights Close to Dikanka. Dikanka is the name of Ukrainian village, and Soloha, the typical Ukrainian witch. Probably, there is something witchy in every woman, but when you are living in Kyiv, it only intensifies. And this is the shop. Like, you can buy here some fancy souvenirs. They are not typically Ukrainian souvenirs, just the souvenirs that will inspire you, and you can find your spiritual way. This is how the doors look like in Entrance Descent. There is the saying that all witchers are coming from Kyiv, and it's because of that bold hill where we just started our tour, because the witchers would gather over there. And it's the witchers, it's kind of the Kyiv's mystical component, the myth, and it's Kyiv was always considered as the capital of witchers in the Slavic lands. But witchers were burnt here, and all the disputes among the people and witchers, they were settled in court. And the most important thing is that these witchers, they were considered as sorcerers. They were collecting herbs on the Kyiv hills. And I would like to show you the modern version of Soloha. Like, it's the modern version of Kyiv witch. These women would exchange their experience, how to make the portion. They were creating their own society, and that is why they were gathering on the dry plants, sang songs, making dancing. And one of the famous traditions is for the women, if the lady wants to have a good harvest, she needs to walk around her garden 3 times naked on a special date, and then she would have a good harvest. The city is at war, but still, this is the kind of beginning of this area of Ghost City of millionaires. But the restaurants, their owners try to decorate their houses and businesses and restaurants beautifully. And Ukrainian witchers would fly along the like in the sky at night, and they would gather the stars from the sky. Sometimes in her pockets, sometimes in her sleeves. But usually they were not making any harm to anyone. They were flying on the broomstick, and it was the quite pretty and harmless entertainment. And I love the decorations of these beautiful restaurant. You can see the pumpkins. And even more pumpkins over here. Oh no, it's not restaurant. This is the salon. The salon where you can make your hair done and where you can make your nails. So this is the beauty salon. And this is the beginning of Ghost City of Millionaires. But today, you know, guys, I have a plan not to take you to the Ghost City of Millionaires. No, there are no no male witches here. I could say that in Ukraine they were women. The women were witches. That there were no men, and. These are the decoration. You see the cat decorates the entrance to the drugstore. And the houses here really look cute. Even now during the war time, it just a beautiful corner, absolutely delightful. And when you are walking and there is no air raid siren and the drones are not flying, you can't feel worried. It looks like you are just in the beautiful city. So we began our tour with the Bolt Hill, and now we are going around it. It's called Bolt because it's a really standing boat for centuries, and it throws everything off. What is built on that mountain falls apart or is destroyed. However, this mountain is in the city center, and it just standing with the old cemetery, and it's one of the most expensive apartment houses in Kyiv, and some of them cost $500,000. You can see that they are quite high, and before that it was small houses like 1 or 2 floor houses, and the craftsmen used to live here. The craftsmen, like those who were working with leather, the potters, and this neighborhood even bears the name, the streets of this neighborhood bears the name of these professions. It's opened. So we are in one of those energetic places in Kyiv. You know, the places can have positive and negative energy, just like people. For me, it's a very beautiful place, but somehow the Bolt Hill really has then a little bit of negative energy. But when you have negative emotions, you can come here and you can find relief, because when you need some kind of strength, you might find this strength in those ancient places. And according to the legend, a dragon lived here on the Bolt Hill. And there was also the very brave man. His name was Nikita, the leather maker, and he defeated this dragon and he freed the city of Kyiv. So it's another story of the Bolt Hill. At some point of time, the archaeologists made the excavations in this part of the city, and they found the old house, and under the floor of the house there was the coffin, and there in the coffin there was a woman, a lady, and she was hammered with the caved nails to her coffin. So presumably it was one of the witches who lived here, and the way how people buried her, just placed her in the coffin and pierced with the with a curved shape nail. I wanted to show you one of the courtyards. It's also very beautiful because as you can see, there are the kind of amphitheater or layered floors, and it looks like the Italian garden. But we are in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, the country that is bleeding and still fighting. There are so many beautiful corners, and I am so happy that I can show this incredible Kyiv architecture with you. Please let me know if you're enjoying the tour. Please let me know what do you think, and if you like our walk. In Kyiv, we had the ancient tradition. On May the 1st, the women of the city they were gathering on the Bold Hill, and they had to chase the blackbird. And the blackbird was the prototype of the misfortunes, of the bad things that could happen within the year. So all the women were just running, and they were driving the blackbird away from their families, which means they were driving, they were imagining those blackbirds. There was no blackbird, but the women were running and driving those imaginary birds from their families. So the secret was that they cooked this portion, the hallucinogenic herb. So can you imagine that this was happening right here? They even sang indecent songs, they danced indecent dancings, and it was believed that men should obey and stay at home, and women were doing a very important job. They were driving the blackbirds away. And that was happening until the end of the 19th century in Kyiv. That is why people are saying that all witches are coming from Kyiv, or all women in Kyiv are witches. And this is the beautiful Richard's house. You can see beautiful house, which is the house that has also a legend, and another staircase that will lead you to another hill, the hill of sighs, where the ladies would sigh about their lovers, because they were soldiers and they were serving behind the hill, and the ladies were not allowed to go there. So this is also the ghost castle, the ghost house, because the person who built it died tragically, and the wife who had this house, she wanted to give the rooms for rent, but the people didn't want to stay there because they constantly heard strange sounds at night. Someone was crying, weeping, and it was a cursed house for many years. And even now, nobody lives there. No art galleries, nothing, no restaurants. It stands like a cursed house. And later it was discovered that the owner didn't pay enough money for the workers, and they put in the pipe system, in the ventilation system, they put different clay pots, different garbage, and that created that strange noise that was happening every time when the wind was blowing at night. That is why all the tenants, all the people were fleeing the house, and nobody wanted to live there because it was scary to hear at night some wailing and weeping and crying and mourning sounds. And this house was decorated with gargoyles before World War II, but then the gargoyles disappeared somewhere. But it's so beautiful. Please let me know that it's beautiful and you can see it. Please let me know. Andrew's descent is incredible when the night is coming, and this is exactly the prime time of this incredible place. So this is the survivor house. You see, it's wooden house. It survived the fires. It's the only wooden house that is standing on this street. It's built in this classical design. It has the beautiful ivy. It's kind of the grape. And now inside it you can see the gallery, art gallery, one of the most famous place where you can buy the pictures. Sunflowers, the symbol of Ukraine. And I don't know why you can buy even the picture of Venice here. So when you are coming to Kyiv, don't forget your Venice memories. You can buy Venice. And this is Kyiv when the lilacs are blooming. Put me a heart in the tour in the chat if you remember my tours in the botanical garden with those beautiful flowers. Yes, it's like nobody lives there. It's very expensive, and also it's when you, for example, put a ball on the floor, it will just slide down because the construction is not well done. Look at this scenery, how beautiful it is. Beautiful house, incredible architecture, St. Andrew's Church. Not so many people, cobblestones, of course. Here we have cobblestones, just like in Prague, because this is the way that connects upper city where the nobles, the princes lived, with the lower city where the merchants, the craftsmen, and just the ordinary people lived. It is the main vein of Kyiv, Andrew's descent. While the sellers are packing their pictures and goods, let me come closer and show to you a few of them. We will have the tour on Andrew's descent a few days later.
Traditional Ukrainian pictures.
Yes, thank you.
Petrikivka style.
This is Petrikivka style.
When you professional work, this Prochenko Lydia after natural wood. This work, desk, this natural pictures.
Thank you so much for showing us.
Yes.
Thank you. So Petrikivka painting, it has a lot of bright flowers. Sometimes you would see the birds like the rooster.
Big design.
And
big design.
and okay, tell me the price. What's the price? 1,000. That's how much that is
Big,
in
big
you
price.
in.
Big price as a small.
It's like 20.
20 euro.
20 euros. It was just 20 euros. Can you imagine the price? It's just absolutely. It's handwork, and. It's incredible, just 20 euros. So come to Kyiv, please. And
Small
and
work,
then
just 600 hryvnia. This big price, 5,000 hryvnia.
But this is 1,000.
This 1,000.
1,000.
1,000 big price.
So this is 20 euros.
This 1,020 euros.
About 20 euros.
Yes, yes.
And the others, like this big designs, yes? This,
Yes,
This-
5,000.
5,000.
5,000.
And this will
my
be
husband work
about
with my friend
100
My friend
euros.
is painting.
And you
This
can
very
see this
professional. This hairpin.
for the hair, yes.
Hairpin, this very professional work, this very, very beautiful. Only one after my husband.
Only one author.
Classic pictures, Petrikivka style.
Incredible, on the
Please
wood.
practice. Можете спробувати на собі, щоб ви відчули, як вона тримає волосся.
Okay, great. I will do this right now.
Така 200 гривень. Волосся збирається назад, викладається.
Я зараз ти викладу. Ні, це нормально. Це нормально. Це прямий ефір.
Це
Дивіться.
ясень дуже класно.
Wonderful.
Така
So,
400.
400 гривна.
Little price 200, a big
I will
price
come to you,
600.
окей? Я до вас прийду. У мене ще буде
Завтра
тут тур.
завтра буде точно після 12 години.
Зараз пізно. Oh, you see? I will be back and you will see me in Prague with this hairpiece. This will be my symbol because now I don't have kind of time to pay money to find my purse, but I will come for that. Do you like that? Do you like that? It is incredible. Thank you so much. I will be back. Я до вас вернусь на вихідних. Дякую. Дякую. Ви чудова. Дякую. Ви чудова. І ви розмовляєте англійською. The seller even speaks English. Yes. Ви чудова. Дякую. It's incredible Ukraine, where you can find the beautiful hairpiece with a piece of heart from the seller, and her husband is making that handwork, just him. The bells. If you ring the bells, it will call the angels, and the angels will protect your house. And this is, of course, this is a Ukrainian. And what is it's like?
Це трипільська культура.
And it's just це тільки декорація, да? Тобто ми не дуємо в це.
Жінка і дитина. Можете текст сфотографувати.
So this is the triple culture, and it means the male, female, and the child. It's the old, even pre-pagan, I think, Ukrainian culture. The portrait of Taras Shevchenko, our famous poet, some bulava, the kind of power, the symbol of power and authority, and weapon of Hetman, the commanders of the Cossack army. And a lot of wooden stuff. Please let me know that you're enjoying our spontaneous kind of craft market tour. Дякую.
Вироби користуватися ступками, шкатулочками. Це декоративні. Вазика,
So a lot of wood stuff. And if you want to decorate your home, you can find this incredible styling of the Ukrainian kind of wood trunks. I love that. I haven't seen that before, by the way. Last time when we were visiting Ukraine, I haven't shown you these beautiful pieces. I think they are incredible. And you can put your umbrellas, let's say. That is the monument of Yaroslav the Wise. He is holding golden gate in his hands. And we will have the ancient Kyiv tour, and we will see the golden gate. And Taras Shevchenko, sometimes people call him hangover because he's so sad, and it looks like he's after the great party. And that is incredible St. Andrew's Church on the hill. It's so beautiful, and it's like soaring in the air, and it's the guardian of this descent. The guardian of the sand, the crown jewel of Kyiv. It has a lot of soul, like the soul of the city, I mean, because it was built, by the way, it has the connection with the Russian Empire, because Russian Empress Elizabeth I fell in love with the Ukrainian guy. His name was Alexa Rozum, and she came here to visit the motherland of her lover. And that is how, when her cart arrived, this cobblestone descent, she saw the hill, and this is a sacred hill because, according to the legend, Peter the Paul, who was traveling this land, he came to this hill, erected the cross, and he prophesied that the great city would appear. So the great city with the churches appeared, and the name of the city is Kyiv. So Elizabeth I chose this sacred hill as the place where she ordered to build a church just for herself. That is why the church doesn't have bells. It is silent because it was built just for one person. Some historians are claiming that probably she had the plans to marry Alexa Rozum in this church, but we don't know. We know that they probably married, but it was never confirmed kind of in documents, in papers. It was never officially confirmed. And this church is still standing now. Look how beautiful the courtyards are. So sometimes in Kyiv, when you turn around, you will see some kind of pictures on the walls, and they're very unusual, hipster, or some kind of mystic. Today we are having mystic tour that is connected with the witchers, and you even see the kind of the bird or the dragon and the lady. But it's so beautiful here. It's so beautiful and incredibly romantic. The church is standing on the other building because the hill, the ground of the hill is unstable, and it was kind of not shaking but slowly sliding. And that is why the church was reinforced, and the whole building, the big two-story building, is used as the basement of the St. Andrew's Church. You can watch a video about this church on my YouTube channel. I don't remember. Probably I will. I don't remember if I already edited and posted it. But definitely about St. Andrew's Descent. Cafes are incredible. The leaves are falling slowly on my head. It feels like the city itself is saying, hello, you're safe here. I'm with you. I will help you. It's just incredible feeling. I would like to show you the traditional Ukrainian they're not head pieces. The ladies usually cover their heads with this bright head pieces. It's all about life, color, and really the best of colors. You can see red, yellow, green. I will show you Ukrainian embroidery as well. You see, we have very diverse tour today. I was expecting to tell you about witchers and the Bullet Hill, but we have ended with a whole cultural immersive tour. The towels that you can put on the table, and we meet people with the bread and salt and our vareniki dumplings and heartwarming borscht. So this is the towel that is used for the weddings, for the tables, just to show that our houses are always cozy, and we are the people who are inviting. Love the guests and inviting. By the way, I'm inviting all of you to visit Kyiv someday. Of course, with me. Of course, I will be your guide. And of course, I will meet you, and I will be waiting here to meet you in person. As usual, in all touristic places, you can find the magnets. Here they have the St. Sophia Cathedral, St. Michael's Cathedral, Andrew's Church, and it's wonderful that there is no wind now. Like when I started the tour on the hill, it was very windy. My hair was basically flying away. This ladies, like the motanka dolls, the ladies without the faces, faceless ladies, and they protect your house and the people who live in your house. Okay, and Ukrainian flags. See, when you're coming to Ukraine, you can even buy them. Okay, and now the spontaneous part that I have never shown you before. I just wanted to show you how Kyiv looks like without this touristic vibe. So now we're diving into the street that will lead us to St. Michael's Cathedral, to the glorious place. Now the tanks are now standing, but the street is will show you how the city looks like inside, not in the touristic area. Please let me know what do you think about it, and we're diving into the real Kyiv. I will be very grateful for your donations, for your help, for your support, because now I really need it, and I am grateful to all of you who are choosing to support me financially, even if it's a small amount. It will help me to wrap up this page of my life, I would say, of my personal life. I hope that I will stay to live in Kyiv, because I need to finalize some things here, and this will require a lot of mental health and also a lot of financial resources. This is how Kyiv streets look like without any polished version. So usually in the city center, the houses are like up to 5 floors. It's the right bank of Dnieper River, because the city of Kyiv is divided into 2 parts. Right bank, where all governmental buildings are, the president work, and the left bank. Left bank, there are houses which are, I live in such a house, that are 24 stories, like it has 24 floors. And here in the old part, just up to 5. And they look like that. They look sometimes not very kind of restored, but still, so this is the real Kyiv. Sometimes you can see something that is stuck from the walls, like this is the nose. Do you remember Nikolai Gogol? I showed you his monument today, who, like the author, who created Saloha, who wrote about Saloha, the Ukrainian witch. And he would walk through the street, and according to the legend, he always had the running nose. So if you come and rub the nose, you will get rid of your running nose. You will be healed. So this is a huge nose, and if you're in Kyiv, just make sure to rub it. It's a healing process. Thank you so much. Thank you for your donations, for your understanding, for your incredible support, and for being a part of my life. Why are the dolls faceless? Because like it's just in our, it comes from the old tradition, old culture. People, ladies in villages, they were creating these dolls, and they were not so like sophisticated and intricate to create their eyes, nose, mouth. So they were pouring their soul into these dolls, but they were making it as just as a doll. It has double meaning. It could be a doll as a toy for them, for the kids, and also a protector, a guardian, a talisman of the family. You are pouring your soul, your energy, but it doesn't have to have the eyes, nose, and mouth. It has kind of something inside that you can just keep in your heart. The architecture of Kyiv and Prague is a little bit different. Here you can see this 20th, 19th and 20th century houses that still survive. They have some kind of, you see, the decorations, but not statues, nothing sophisticated. So this is the real street of Kyiv when you take the, I could say, not touristic route. Now we will come to the square, and you will see the drones, the tanks, and the beautiful cathedral. But the real streets, unpolished and uncensored, look like this. You see? This is the Kyiv's architecture. I'm not hiding anything from you. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So on the left side, we can see the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And once people ruined this beautiful cathedral, not people, but the Soviets, the Soviet regime ruined St. Michael's Cathedral and Monastery that is just in front of you in 1936 to build 2 identical buildings like that. You see, one was finished. We have it here. It's the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It's impressive. It has great columns. It's kind of soaring over you. It's pressing over you. So they built it, and they were supposed to build another one on the other side of the square, and to have here the parades, huge Soviet parades that glorify Stalin, Lenin, Soviet power, communism. But they didn't have I don't know, resources, or they just forgot to build another one. That is why we just have one building, and on the place where they wanted to build the other one, we built the new cathedral, St. Michael's Monastery, that was rebuilt. There is the question from the chat: how are the things the same and different on this strip? I think that the city is quiet. All people are waiting for the night. The city is in darkness when it is when the night is coming. It's just the beginning of those awful blackouts when, like in 2023, when I left the city, when we were totally immersed into darkness. Here now we still have a few hours of light, which is very good. But if the Russians continue to hit the electric infrastructure, it will be very dark and cold. We don't have heating now in the city because it's still not the critical point, so people still can survive without heating. And last time when I was visiting, we always had light. I mean, in summer, I was here in summer, and now we like 4 hours we have light, 4 hours we don't have light. And it's happening every day. So the difference is that the blackouts are back. The difference is that the autumn season is always a little bit gloomy, kind of depressive. I could say less people, and it's my first day. I will tell you more probably tomorrow. I will have walk, and I will tell you about these differences when I will feel them deeper. We will have a few tours, and you will be able to join the World Virtual Tours platform. I will be repeating, of course. I will be showing ancient Kyiv here and there and Andrew's descent, but still the different days, probably a little bit different story. So you can join the tours on the World Virtual Tours platform as well. Let me show you that technique, Russian military technique that was ruined and was brought from here. This is also the difference. It was standing in a different way in summer. There are more tanks, and there is even the Shahed drone. Let me come closer to this Shahed type drone. I will show it to you because this is the main the reason of our ruination, of many deaths. It's carrying, like that depends, it's carrying different kind of measurements, different kind of and weight of explosives. But when it hits the apartment, this Shahed drone, it ruins the apartment inside, and even the people who are hiding in the bathrooms and in the toilet, as we call it, the rule of two walls, they are not saved usually. They are very cheap for the Russians to make. They cause a lot of damage. And now, during the most awful attacks, there are hordes of them. I mean, they are flying in dozens. Sometimes we can hear that, let's say, 200 drones hit the whole territory of Ukraine. Sometimes 40 of them or 50 hit just Ukrainian capital. But this is the death device that is killing so many innocent lives. A few days ago, a beautiful family, just a lady with her daughter was killed in their bathroom by this kind of Shahed drone. This is the death weapon. You can see here the burnt cars that were brought from the war zone. Of course, if you're going to closer to the war line, all the roads are covered with this kind of devices. But here, people can come and feel that still we can survive and we can win this war. So this is for the observation. A lot of volunteers who are coming to Ukraine, they are not always like on the front lines. They're coming with their missions to help. And when you feel the smoke, when you see that, it's very, very illustrative. It shows you what it means to live in the country that is at war. I will come here at this square and I will tell you more about this place during our ancient Kyiv tour. Because today we just make it as a part of our story, not not the focus, not the main story. But still you see people, flags. It's the monument to Saint Olga or Princess Olga. And I love her, a very beautiful, very feminine woman who survived not a divorce, but survived that her, like other people, the Drevlyane, they were called Drevlyane, they killed her husband, and she made a revenge. She put a revenge. She ordered to bind the fire to the legs of the pigeons and the birds to the pigeons, and sent those pigeons to that village that killed her husband. So the birds who had fire on their legs, don't ask me how they could survive and bring that fire. They could. It's the legend. They came and burned the whole village. That was a revenge from Princess Olga, and she has a long story. She was baptized. She brought Christianity to Ukraine, and she is a wonderful lady. I am so happy that my name is Olga, and I hope, guys, that I will survive everything just like her. I love this Ukrainian flag. I love this Ukrainian flag. It's so bright, it's so colorful. We have Saint Sophia on the background. It's the symbol of surviving. I would love to finish my tour here because it's an incredible place. It tells me that we can survive everything. With your help, I will feel more secure. I'm not alone in this world. I have you. Thank you so much for being my friends. Thank you so much for coming to my tours. I have planned a lot of them for you this time, and I will even try to show you Babin Yar. Please save the date. On Thursday, I am taking you to Babin Yar, the place where the Holocaust of bullies started, the place where Nazis killed a lot of Jews, and I would love to repeat this tour. I haven't made it, I think, since the starting of the invasion. And it will be a special Thursday. Please save the date for a Thursday. So saying you goodbye, saying you thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was an incredible tour. Witches, tanks, Ukrainian culture. Yes, I immersed you. I showed you a lot of Ukrainian souvenirs. And when I'm showing you Kyiv, I feel alive. I feel alive, and I know that I will survive just like Princess Olga. I don't have another choice. So I'm finishing this tour with you, showing you this incredible flag. Thank you so much for all your hugs, for all your incredible wishes, donations. Please support me on this journey. Now it's critical, and it's so important for me, and I'm very grateful to those of you who choose to support me, because it means a lot. Let me know if you have questions. Thank you so much, Colleen. Thank you so much, everyone who sent me money on PayPal and on Buy Me a Coffee. Sometimes I don't see the names on Buy Me a Coffee. Just says that someone's bought you a coffee. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, my dear. And it was an incredible day. Yes, Wayne, you can watch the recordings because they will be available. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. Love you. Thank you. Goodbye.